Well, in this video, you will be learning about diffusion. It's a continuity of the previous video in which you learned about states of matter. Diffusion is best example for explaining kinetic particle theory. Diffusion tells us about that everything is made up of particles and they are moving from one place to other place. What exactly diffusion is? Diffusion is actually the movement of particles from an area of high concentration to low concentration. Like if you spray an air freshener in one corner of the room, you will feel fragrance of that in the other corner because particles have moved from one area to another area. Likewise, if you have beaker of water and you add a drop of blue or red ink in that, you will see dissolving and moving particles from area of high concentration to low concentration. So actually, when you add a drop of ink in a beaker, there are two processes taking place. Number one, dissolving, and number two, diffusion. Particles will move from a high concentration to low concentration, and at certain stage, you will see the same uniform color throughout the beaker. This movement of particles from area of high concentration to low concentration is called diffusion. You have seen so many examples in your life related to diffusion. Diffusion depends upon two factors. The first one is temperature, obviously. By increasing temperature, kinetic energy of the particles increases, so rate of diffusion increases. So you can say that in hot summers, the rate of diffusion is faster than in cold winters. Likewise, in hot water, the dissolving and diffusion takes place at faster speed as compared to cold water. Uh, the second factor which affects diffusion is relative molecular mass of the particles. Bigger particles which have higher mass, they will diffuse at the slow speed. They will have slow rate of diffusion. For example, look at this example. We have two gases, methane CH4 and other is CO2. CH4, one carbon, four hydrogen. So what's its MR? Carbon mass is 12 plus four hydrogen 16 is MR of CH4. And on the other hand, CO2, one carbon, two oxygen. So 12 plus 16 44 is MR of CO2. If CH4 and CO2 are allowed to release at the same time, you will see methane will reach at the other corner earlier than CO2 because CO2 is heavier, so its molecule will travel at slow speed, and methane, being lighter gas, will reach the other corner, will travel faster speed. Okay. You can see many examples, many questions in exam related to this concept. Like, look at this question. In this question, you are given three gases, CO2, ammonia, and CH4, and examiner is saying that the rate of diffusion of these gases, ammonia, carbon dioxide, and methane, is measured. What is the order of rate of diffusion of the gases from slowest to fastest? So slowest mean heaviest gas. So we have to find which gas is heaviest and which is slowest. So in this case, I think CO2 is the heaviest gas, which has mass 44, ammonia has 14 plus 3 is 17, and methane has mass 12 plus 4 is equal to 16. So CO2 will travel at slowest speed because its mass is heaviest. So slowest is carbon dioxide, then it will come ammonia with MR 17, and then CH4 with 16. So option A is the correct answer for this question. What causes pressure in gases? What is pressure? Pressure is actually force per unit area. In case of gases, particles are moving and they are colliding with the walls of the container, and they are exerting pressure with the walls of the container. Okay, so pressure is collision of particles with the walls of the container. More the collision of particles, more will be the pressure. Uh, like in this example, you can see particles are colliding with the walls of container, as you can see, and these collisions are exerting pressure. Pressure also depends upon temperature. More the temperature, more will be the kinetic energy of the particles, and more will be the collision of particles with the walls of the container, and gas will exert more pressure. In hot summer, you can see the tire burst because due to hot summer, kinetic energy of the particles inside the tire increases, which increases more collision of the particles, which exerts more pressure, and the tires burst. So first one is temperature, the most important factor which causes pressure. More the temperature, more will be pressure of the gas. Another factor which we should discuss while we are talking about gases is temperature and volume. If we can increase the temperature of a gas, the gas molecule will go away from each other and volume of gas will increase. On the other hand, if we cool down a gas, if we decrease the temperature of gas, gas molecule will come close to each other and volume of gas will decrease. Pressure also affects the volume. Like if I apply pressure on the gas, if I compress a gas, gas molecule will come close to each other and the volume of gas will decrease. And if I release the pressure, if I remove the piston, if I release the pressure, gas molecule will move away from each other and the volume of gas will expand. So all these factors, diffusion, pressure of the gases, and by increase and decrease of pressure, all these things can prove that matter is made up of particles. Particle can move away and they can come close to each other, and all these are the evidences for kinetic particle theory. Hope you got the concept. If you like the content, then do share, like, and subscribe our channel.